Florida. There's no other place like it anywhere in the world. It's known as the Sunshine State. Yes, sunshine. But Florida is much more than sunshine, as you shall see. The sights and sounds of Florida are never to be forgotten. There's so much to do and see here, it's unbelievable. Ponce de Leon named this land Florida because he saw so many brilliant flowers in bloom. She's a huge state, the 22nd largest in America, nearly 59,000 square miles. Hundreds of miles of beautiful sand beaches border the sea along a coastline longer than any other state except Alaska. Florida measures 447 miles from its northern state border to the southernmost point in Key West. It makes her the #1 state in distance from stem to stern. People come here from all over the world, by the millions. Why do they come? What makes this piece of real estate so special? Sit back, relax, and we'll show you why they come to visit and live in this great state. From the North Florida border all the way to Key West, we'll show you the great attraction of the state of Florida. Visitors receive a great big welcome to this friendly state, which bubbles over with hospitality. Not far from this welcome center at the state border is Tallahassee, the Florida state capital, and also the location of beautiful Wakulla Springs. It is one of the most beautiful, historical, and interesting spots in the entire world. Here is a new awareness that, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. No destructive forces of man have invaded this 4,000 acres of virgin hardwood and pine forest. To the Indians, this was the forest primeval. To the modern traveler, a haven of peace, beauty, rest, and seeing nature at her finest. Wakulla Springs was dedicated in 1967 as a registered natural landmark by the U.S. Department of the Interior because the site possesses exceptional value in illustrating the natural history of the United States. Here, every effort is made to preserve and conserve the animal, bird, and natural life in these United States. Established here as a haven, sanctuary, and refuge for the wildlife of America. Wakulla is a Seminole Creek Indian word that has been variously translated as meaning breast of life, mystery, or mysteries of strange waters. Wakulla Springs is the largest and deepest springs in the world. The heart of the springs pours forth more than 600,000 gallons of water each minute. Water so clear from being filtered over lime rock channels that to the eye, its depth is deceiving. The springs were thought to have some mysterious creative powers by the Indians, and some people still believe this. Scuba divers come from all over to explore the depths of the spring. They see many fascinating things, including Henry, the pole vaulting fish that intrigues and delights visitors with his strange vaulting behavior. It's a secret why Henry does his vaulting, and don't tell anyone we told you, but Henry is tickling himself. Divers can explore the depths of the springs and see ancient relics, including petrified mastodon bones thousands of years old. Upon surfacing, divers can see visitors peering at them through glass-bottom boats. Wild animals are treated so kindly here at Wakulla that they are tamed with ease, like Freedom, the lovable bear. Visitors find virtually the same setting here today that Ponce de Leon found in 1513 when he visited in search of the Fountain of Youth. Not far south of Wakulla Springs, near Ocala, are other springs, one of the most beautiful in the world, Silver Springs. It is Florida's oldest attraction. Millions of people from all over the world have come here to enjoy the world-famous glass-bottom boat rides. The boats glide silently over the crystal-clear waters of 17 magnificent springs. You can explore and enjoy the underwater beauty found here. As wonderful as the springs are, the boat rides are only one of the many treats found here at Silver Springs. You can view the display of a large number of rare classic cars, or you can touch, feed, and walk with the friendly animals at the deer park, or you can stroll and relax in the cool shades of 100 acres of landscape gardens. You can also see the thrilling wildlife from the Jungle Cruise boat on the Fort King Waterway. And if you're brave or don't have good sense, you can touch a friendly boa constrictor at the Reptile Institute and see one of the greatest arrays of reptiles found anywhere. Deadly poisonous rattlesnakes are milked daily of their lethal venom. Silver Springs is a place you'll always remember and want to return to. Moving on to the northeast coast of Florida, we find the oldest city in America, St. Augustine. This horse-drawn carriage is seen passing the oldest house in the United States. Visiting old St. Augustine is like taking a giant step back into early America, America of 1565 to be exact. This city gate was the only entrance to the town of St. Augustine at one time. A drawbridge at the gate was raised each evening and was not lowered until the following morning. Just a stone's throw away from the main gate is the Castillo de San Marco, the fort which fended off would-be conquerors of St. Augustine. Around a century after St. Augustine was founded, Sir Francis Drake, the English corsair, pillaged and burned the town in 1686. The citizens of St. Augustine realized that the old wooden forts would not suffice any longer, and this solid fort was constructed. It took 15 years to complete and is made of a substance known as coquina. The rock-like substance got its name from a Spanish word which means shellfish or cockle. Over the centuries, 4 flags have flown over this fort, and in 1837 a great Indian leader, Osceola, was held captive here. The fort overlooks the Matanzas River, where in 1565, along with some 600 voyagers, the Spanish conquistador Pedro Menendez Avilas sailed in and set foot on these shores and named this place St. Augustine, in honor of the saint whose feast day it was when he sighted shore. This fort is one of the most historical in America and one of the most visited attractions in Florida. About a cannonball shot away from the fort is Flagler College, named for Henry M. Flagler. During the winters of 1883 and 84, Flagler visited St. Augustine and was impressed with the charm, history, and possibilities of the area. He built several huge hotels here, this being the largest. It was formerly the Hotel Ponce de Leon. Another former Flagler hotel, the Alcazar, now houses the Leitner Museum. The museum was established by a wealthy Chicago businessman and now houses an expensive collection of decorative arts. Visitors to St. Augustine always enjoy visiting the outstanding and interesting attractions found here. Zoraida Castle, an enchanting palace of the Moors and a must place to visit. The Fountain of Youth. A visit to St. Augustine or Florida would not be complete without a drink from this legendary fountain, as these visitors are seen drinking here. A lifelike figure of St. Augustine, who lived during the 5th century, can be seen at Potter's Wax Museum, along with King Henry VIII and his 6 wives. Among the over 150 figures are many former U.S. presidents and other world figures. People of all ages flock to the highly interesting and fascinating Robert L. Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. It displays a lifelike figure of Robert Ripley, along with over 750 incredible exhibits. Visitors love it, believe it or not. Old St. George Street affords the visitors the opportunity to see life as it was in the past at the Spanish Quarters. An old grist mill and the oldest schoolhouse are among many interesting sights at St. George Street. You can visit the Alligator Farm by crossing over the Matanzas River via the beautiful Bridge of Lions. The farm is one of the oldest and most interesting attractions in Florida. Established in 1893, the farm provides a breathtaking view of not only alligators and crocodiles, but a large variety of reptiles, birds, and animals. Traveling on south down the famous coastal A1A highway, we find the internationally known Marineland, the world's original attraction. Although Marineland has continued to expand since it opened in 1938, famous dolphins continue to be one of the favorite and most popular attractions. You see the educated dolphins perform fascinating maneuvers. They leap over ropes extended across the pool and jump through hoops to the delight of the audience. After the educated dolphin show, you can move to the huge round tank and see the leaping dolphins go high into the air to catch their daily meals. They never seem to tire of showing off. Marineland's other attractions, Sea Dream, the Oceanarium, and the entire beautiful acres entertain visitors in a way only Marineland can do. Venturing on south, the visitor to Florida arrives at the central coastal area of the state. Right here is none other than the Kennedy Space Center, where history is being made. All the new excitement comes alive at Spaceport USA. This is where the dream began. But it's no fantasy, it's real, and you can see it. These rockets repose quietly in a fashion far removed from their days of power and glory. Once, they held millions captive as the TV audience worldwide watched the liftoff of each venture into space. The names Juno, Apollo, Pegasus, and Saturn V became household words. Inside Spaceport USA are exhibits, hardware, and artifacts of the entire space program. You can also view the IMAX film, The Dream is Alive, including footage shot by NASA astronauts in space. It is an incredibly thrilling experience. You can place yourself in space as you visually become an astronaut. There is nothing closer to actually being in space than viewing The Dream is Alive. Visitors to Kennedy Space Center have the opportunity to see the gantries made famous during rocket launches into space. At Launch Complex 35, you will remember the day a 363-foot-long Saturn V rocket weighing 2,800 tons was transported to that site. Everything about the Saturn V was huge. The giant engines would generate 160 million horsepower. Not since the explosion of the atomic bomb had man developed such awesome power. As Neil Armstrong said, it was one giant leap for mankind. Space exploration has only begun. The best is yet to come. At Kennedy, visitors see firsthand the dream is very much alive. One of the world's most prominent landmarks resides in Central Florida in the Orlando area, Epcot Center, part of the vast Walt Disney complex, which covers thousands of acres in the lush heartland of Florida. Millions of visitors flock to the Epcot attraction yearly, and also to the nearby Walt Disney World. A visit to Florida wouldn't be complete without joining the thousands each day that are entertained by the legendary Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and all the other delightful world-famous characters created by the cartoon genius Walt Disney. Thousands stay in the Contemporary Hotel and the other hotels on the Disney properties. In this Fantasyland, visitors enjoy a lifetime experience in a world of make-believe with people from all over the world and realize it's truly a small world after all. Hundreds of motels, hotels, and resorts surround the Disney complex. Nearby, the miracle of life and the thrill of discovery awaits visitors at SeaWorld of Florida. From the tip top of SeaWorld's 400-foot-high Sky Tower, you can view the lush 135 acres of the world's premier marine life park. In the lagoon below the Sky Tower, you can see the fast-moving, fantastic pirate show.
Ahoy there, mateys!
Everybody loves to play pirates. They want to be a plunderer.
Everybody loves to sail around the seven seas, searching for treasure, living life at ease.
'Cause everybody loves to play pirates.
Ho, ho,
They're pirates, don't you know?
hey, hey, hey.
But the pirates of today
There's treasure to be found.
will follow the path with ease. Come on, we're going. We'll do our yo-ho and with a flare on a pair of water skis. Come on along and play pirates. Join up and be a plunderer. Come on along with us and sail around the seven seas like Errol Flynn on water skis. Come on and play, throw your cares away. Come along and meet the ski pirates.
To slow the pace somewhat, you can move to the $13 million Penguin Encounter, the largest and most technically advanced exhibit of its kind in the world. More than 200 of man's favorite, formerly attired, feathered friends live in an Arctic-created environment. Dozens of sharks and other sea life swim leisurely above as visitors view them from the 120-foot-long people mover. Over 4,000 tropical fish create rainbows in the world of the Sea Aquarium. SeaWorld provides entertainment for everyone. The fantasy shows are enjoyed by people of all ages. The Captain Kids World is especially liked by the children because they can romp and play all over the 2.5 acre fun-filled playground. At the Whale and Dolphin Stadium, you are privileged to see one of the most spectacular shows in the world, where beluga whales, Pacific white-sided dolphins, and Atlantic bottlenose dolphins join forces for this exciting 30-minute show. The individual talents and unique personalities of each of these species are interwoven in a fast-paced presentation designed to showcase each animal's special abilities. Just as impressive as the Dolphin Show is the Baby Shamu celebration, where killer whale Shamu, Namu, Kandu, and Baby Shamu star in a spectacular music-filled program. The remarkable team effort between man and animal is demonstrated as SeaWorld trainers perform and play with their gigantic friends. Visitors will never forget the education they received and entertainment they experienced at SeaWorld. The lifestyle of the king of rock and roll can be seen at the Elvis Presley Museum in Orlando. Showcases loaded with his personal items can be viewed. His number 11 Cobra race car, used in the movie Spirit, is on display. A photo of Elvis and his former wife Priscilla hangs over the bed used in Elvis's bedroom at Graceland, his home in Memphis, Tennessee. This Mercedes 600 limousine was just one of Elvis's expensive cars. Some of the king's jewelry, clothing, and furniture fill this interesting museum. One of the most popular items in the museum is this grand piano, which was used at Graceland. Some say the king lives on. Wet n Wild is pure fun and one of Orlando's places to visit for excitement, recreation, and pleasure. It is the foremost water theme park in the world. 25 acres of family water fun for adults and young people of all ages. Whatever your pleasure, from a pulsating plunge down the fastest, highest slide in the world to the pursuit of a flattering Florida tan, Wet n Wild has it all. Only the brave and foolhardy tackle the most prominent of all Wet n Wild attractions, the 300-foot-long Kamikaze Slide. Its unique design gives riders a thrilling, undulating, straight shot down a watery chute as long as a football field, with big splashes at the bottom. At Boardwalk and Baseball, this Colorado Rider Show is only one of many highly exciting shows that provides a trip through the historic gold rush days of the 1860s. Along with the shows are 30 thrilling rides reminiscent of the Atlantic City Coney Island era. A giant Ferris wheel provides thrills along with colorfully named rides like the Double O, Swiss Bob, and the scariest of all, the Hurricane, a giant wooden roller coaster. You can even try your hand at batting practice, just like the big leaguers. There's enough here to try the courage of anyone. The Midway features 17 games of skill, from classic skee-ball to the latest in high-tech video games. If you like dancing, you can join in with other visitors and have a ball with the dancers of Boardwalk and Baseball. There is no other attraction in Florida like Boardwalk and Baseball. Cypress Gardens, Florida's showplace, is a huge theme park boasting a legendary botanical garden. From Kodak's Island in the sky, 153 feet up in the air, you can have a breathtaking view of the gardens as well as the surrounding countryside. From this vantage point, you can survey the entire 223 beautiful acres of Lake Louise and the other park attractions, including the 1,200 square foot elevated skating rink. The rink showcases the talents of some of the world's best professional ice skaters. Acres of fragrant, flower-lined pathways provide unlimited photographic opportunities. More than 8,000 varieties of plants from 75 different countries are on display at various times throughout the year. World Cup champion skiers perform spine-tingling aerial acrobatics as they race down a 172-foot high ski jump during the exciting pool show. Daredevil acts, like the Man on Fire, entertain visitors several times each day. Southern bells grace the entire gardens year-round. The Animal Forest is a unique animal encounter area where you can see, touch, and feel some of the 800 exotic and endangered birds and animals. One of the largest walk-through aviaries in the southeast houses hundreds of colorful feathered friends. Scarlet ibis, Chilean flamingos, and taco toucans are only a few of the rare birds that roost in live oak trees and scramble for treats from visitors. You can see one of the finest ice shows found anywhere right here in the middle of sunny Florida. Nationally famous water skiers have come to Cypress Gardens since 1943 to thrill audiences and demonstrate skiing at its very best. They don't present water ski shows anywhere like they do here. The shows pit skier against skier in a fast-paced test of showmanship, technique, and skill. Fast-paced competition is the byword. Barefooters go foot to foot, slalom skiers attempt to ski circles around each other, and a brawny male jumper may find himself out-jumped by a female counterpart. The results are never certain. The only thing certain is that you'll see the best water skiing ever presented. Comedy is a big part of the show, and frisky animals provide as many laughs as skiers do thrills. This youngster isn't quite as good as the experts, but soon he'll be skiing like a pro. Seasonal night ski shows are also very popular at the one and only fabulous Cypress Gardens. Beautiful, quiet, peaceful Bach Tower Gardens is set in the midst of property that Edward Bach visualized not only as a refuge for birds and animals, but also for people. The inspiration for this sanctuary came, Edward Bach said, of that stuff of which dreams are made. The tower is 51 feet wide at the base and 37 feet wide at the top. Its height is 205 feet. The voice of Bach Tower is the carillon, a gigantic instrument using 53 toned bronze bells. The bells are played from a keyboard that occupies the upper one-third of the structure. The bells do not swing, but are sounded when the carillonneur strikes wooden keys with his fist and feet. Each key pulls a wire, which in turn activates the clapper of the corresponding bell. The interior of the tower is exquisite. However, it is closed to the public. Bach Tower Gardens now consist of more than 130 acres, of which about one-half is cultivated. Visitors frequently use the words beautiful, peaceful, or heavenly in describing their feelings about this place. More than 100 species of birds have been identified in the gardens. Here, under the protection of the public, as Edward Bach phrased it, the rights of all living things are respected. According to Edward Bach, the purpose of it all is simply to share the influence of beauty, reaching out to visitors through trees, shrubs, flowers, birds, the super architecture of the tower, and the music of the carillon. A restful, quiet, beautiful spot. That this purpose has been fulfilled was attested to by John Burroughs, the poet, who wrote to Edward Bach about his visit to this sanctuary. I came here to find myself. It is so easy to get lost in the world. Leaving the Orlando area and traveling west across the Tampa Bay area, visitors can see miles and miles of orange groves, producing the fruit for which Florida is famous. If you look carefully, you can see the Florida state flower, the beautiful orange blossom. Just north of the Tampa Bay area is a paradise all its own, Weeki Wachee, also known as the City of Live Mermaids. Mermaids perform shows which feature underwater acrobatics and dances, the only such show in Florida. Also, you can see the Birds of Prey show, or take a leisure wilderness river cruise that passes exotic birds and animals along the way. Weeki Wachee is a most pleasant place to visit while in the Tampa Bay area. Right slap dab in the middle of one of the most heavily populated areas in Florida, the Tampa Bay area, is Busch Gardens. Located in Tampa, with St. Petersburg and Clearwater close by, it's natural that Busch Gardens is one of the most visited attractions in Florida. Busch Gardens, also known as the Dark Continent, is a fantastic adventure. One of the best ways to see the entire park is to climb aboard the Transvite Railroad. As you ride through the different regions of the Dark Continent, you should keep your camera ready. You'll never again have the opportunity to photograph one of the largest collections of free-roaming animals in the United States. You chug through the Serengeti Plain, which is chock full of birds and animals. The train continues to move around the Congo and Stanleyville region, then through Timbuktu to Nairobi. The train takes you through tunnels as it moves through the Dark Continent. Dark Continent-style architecture can be seen throughout Busch Gardens. Thrilling rides are located throughout the gardens. After the train ride, you can visit the elephant ride and climb aboard an African elephant. Or you can walk inside and pet an animal. There's so much to do, it's hard to decide what to do next, but certainly before you leave, you'll want to visit the giant panda bear and ride the monorail and sky ride. Just leisurely walking through Busch Gardens is lots of fun. To see the panda bear, you must go inside his home. Be real quiet, because he still may be sad since they sent his girlfriend back to Japan. Yeah, he's still sad, but he'll be happy again soon because she's supposed to come back. Busch Gardens is a place you'll want to see and come back to again and again. Moving south to Naples, we arrive at African Safari Park and Caribbean Gardens. Since 1917, people have come to visit this unusual park and gardens. Here you can see animals from nearly every continent in the world. The markings on these baby cougars will soon change, and they will look just like their mother. In addition to the animals, you have the rare opportunity to see and photograph some of the most unusual trees and plants in the world, over 3,000 species in all. The 70-acre park and garden is small enough for you to walk or ride through and to see everything there. You can get nose to some of the animals found here. But some of the animals here are so vicious they must be kept behind bars. The animal show, staged several times daily, provides lots of laughs and fun for everyone. African Safari Park and Caribbean Gardens is one of the big attractions on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Crossing the state back to the east coast, we come to the royal palms that line the streets of Palm Beach. Palm Beach is more than a beautiful city, it's a great place to live. Signs of wealth abound here. Expensive cars, large houses, and yachts can be seen in great abundance. It's a glamorous place with chic and expensive shops all over the place. Palm Beach has a unique way of life, unlike the metropolitan cities. It is quieter and calmer here, unlike the bustling cities. Some of Florida's most beautiful homes are found here. All are well groomed. Some houses are huge and some are small but elegant. Palm Beach is so different, it's worthwhile to take a little time and see it. Near West Palm Beach, a huge sign greets visitors to Lion Country Safari. You can get as close to animals here as you'll ever want to, like actually being on an African safari, just like the name says. You ride through the park and stop anytime you want to watch the animals or take pictures. These lions and lionesses look gentle and friendly, but can become ferocious in an instant. You're advised to keep your windows rolled up at all times because sometimes overly friendly animals like this bear will try to climb in the car with you looking for a handout. A lot of the animals, like these buffaloes, don't pay much attention to the visitors. A herd of elephants roam freely and can scare the daylights out of you when they playfully charge towards your car. This baby elephant tries to shoo these zebras out of his territory. The chimps found here may look like some people you know. These giraffes like to beg for food from passing motorists and will place their head and long neck inside your car if you let them. Around every curve, you'll see many different animals. After an exciting drive through the preserve, visitors arrive at the safari camp. It is the entertainment area that affords everyone a world of fun, excitement, and beauty. You can feed and pet animals at the petting village. You can climb aboard the mini rides. Or you can take a scenic tour of Lake Chantilly aboard the Safari Queen. After all this activity, you'll want to take a rest and sit back and watch the many species of birds found here. After your rest, you'll want to move to the other dozens of activities found only at Lion Country Safari. From Lion Country, we head directly south to Miami Country. Needless to say that Miami and Miami Beach are world famous. People from everywhere have been coming to the greater Miami area since Miami began in 1896. The words Miami and Miami Beach conjure up thoughts of fun, excitement, sunshine, and a most desirable place to visit. It's no wonder it's also known as the Magic City. Beautiful, luxurious hotels and resorts line the beaches as far as the eye can see. Hotels with amenities and accommodations unsurpassed in all the world. Visitors can come to enjoy the tropical, mild climate of the Miami area and to enjoy the fresh, clean air and the clear blue waters rolling in from the Atlantic. There's no greater place in the world for soaking up sunshine and generally having a good time. In addition to beaches, Miami Beach has many parks, fishing piers, playgrounds, and recreation centers. Tropical trees and shrubs line its boulevards. Who would ever believe a group of businessmen wanted to develop this island into a coconut plantation in 1880? Miami Beach would certainly have grown some lovely bunches of coconuts. But some wise people had greater plans for this place other than to grow coconuts. Millions of visitors to this island paradise are grateful. You can play, swim, sun, and romp up and down the beaches virtually all the year round, since the Miami area temperature varies very little. It averages 78 degrees in the summer and 69 degrees in the winter months. Fishing in the waters off Miami is a popular sport. Only about 1/4 of Miami's residents are native Floridians. People from all over settle here. Can you blame them? Be careful about visiting the greater Miami area. It's so hard to leave when the time comes. One of Greater Miami's fascinating attractions is Miami Seaquarium, the only seaquarium in the world. Here is home for thousands of sea creatures, the incredibly spectacular killer whale, tiny seahorses, living coral, and much, much more. The Seaquarium resembles a great living art gallery. Nature is the artist, skilled men supply the frames. The Seaquarium is designated a wildlife sanctuary by both Dade County and Tropical Audubon Society. The exhibits are many and varied. Visitors can spend hours just wandering through the vast areas of the Seaquarium, viewing the sights and taking in all the shows. You can get a bird's eye view of the entire layout by taking a ride on the cable car. Flipper, the educated dolphin, amazes the audience with his maneuvers and super intelligence. Daily feedings of many species of underwater creatures provides unusual opportunities for photographing marine life. The feeding in the Shark Channel gives you a close-up view of the viciousness of feeding sharks, but hold on tightly to the rail so you don't fall into their open jaws. To calm your nerves after the exciting shows, you can enjoy the close-by paradise, Lost Islands. You can walk through this enchanted area and see some surprising sights of nature in the wild. Pelicans talk to each other in an unfriendly way. Somnolent alligators rest their huge bodies while sleeping in the sun. This shark swims leisurely through the channel searching for food. Beautiful flamingos forage for food near the banks of the channel. After leaving Lost Island, you can stop and take in one of the funniest sea lion shows ever seen. When you go to the killer whale show, you don't want to sit too close to the tank. Lolita's 10,000-pound body makes big splashes. The greater Miami area doesn't offer a more enjoyable place than Miami Seaquarium. Everglades National Park is not just a super big swamp, but a dynamic fabric of terrestrial and aquatic plant and animal communities. It's very orderly here. If you have the time and patience to seek it out, you'll find the Everglades one of the most fascinating places not only in Florida, but in all the world. From the main visitor center, you can drive about 38 miles southwest to Flamingo. Here you can enter a 99-mile-long, well-marked inland water route that terminates at Everglades City, northwest of Flamingo. Boats are lifted into the canals over the locks used to control the water levels of the Everglades. The importance and uniqueness of the Everglades ecosystem have been recognized by its designation as an International Biosphere Reserve and a World Heritage Site. The manatee, seen here with her baby, is only one of the many endangered species protected here. Sometimes a vehicle goes in for a dip if an attempt is made to launch a boat too fast, like this Volkswagen bus seen here. Every visitor and resident of Florida should take the time to explore beautiful Everglades National Park. We now leave the Florida mainland and head towards the southernmost city in the United States, Key West. She attracts a large number of visitors each year. Key West has a large number of interesting places to visit. Author Ernest Hemingway lived in this house on Whitehead Street. While he wasn't fishing or entertaining his patrons at Sloppy Joe's, he wrote many of his famous and popular novels here. He left his home here in Key West in 1939, never to return. John James Audubon, who painted American birds in their natural surroundings, was another resident of Key West. He lived in this house while he painted many birds. Flippers Key West is an exciting training ground for dolphins. Playwright Tennessee Williams resided in this house while in Key West. The Municipal Aquarium is a fascinating marine life exhibit in downtown Key West. The naval base at Little White House was the favorite place of former President Harry Truman. Visitors ride the trains for a better view of the city. The southernmost house is the farthest south house in the United States. Key West has beautiful beaches to visit and enjoy. Fascinating examples of Civil War era forts can be explored in and near Key West. Great fishing and seafood dining at its best can be found in the Keys. And here at Mallory Dock, you can view Florida sunsets, some of the most beautiful you'll ever see. No one comes to Key West without spending a few evenings at Mallory Dock. Artisans provide entertainment as everyone awaits the setting of the sun.
A boat for love's a boat for you. Yabba dabba, dabba do.
That great unicycle ride, give me one big smacker right there.
As the sun sets on the beautiful Key West waters, signaling the end of another Florida sunshiny day, so ends our journey through Florida, just as Highway A1A ends here. It's literally the end of the road. You've seen many of the sights and sounds of this great state. We think you'll agree that Florida is truly one of the greatest states of America. What you've seen of this great state should provide memories to last a lifetime.